through a step before, which is request for qualifications, because we like you as a contractor, we want to work with you. Can you tell us how much this work is going to cost us?
So, because like, I was just thinking about it, it's, say like an airport wanted to like get all their runways redone, and they got like a bunch of bids, and instead of taking the lowest bid, they liked how this different company, does their job and they do it really well and they get done, relatively fast. They just say, screw the low bid. We want this specific company because we like them more. That they do something.
Typically, they can do that, but then you're going to have just to remember as an owner, and when I say as an owner, it's not like you're the private owner. You work for an organization, government organization that's going to fund the project. So it's going to be a government project. Now, typically, if you're going to seek out a contractor, they're going to increase their bids or their cost higher because they know you like them. You want to work with them. So you don't want to give them that much authority over you. You don't want to always give them the upper hand. So what you typically do is invite a few others with them and say, can you submit requests for qualifications? So then when you do that, they're going to try to compete with others, which means you're going to drive the price down. But if you're going to go out to the person directly or to the entity directly and say, I want to work with you, I'm firm, let's go ahead and work it, then they're going to charge you extra. So you want to avoid that. Right? Can you think of other type of owners? Okay, so now we have public, private. We have an owner who owns the property, and we have a tenant doing fill out for a leased property. Are you familiar with that? Tenant fit out? You're not familiar with tenant fit out, okay. So then you have an office building, multiple stories. You're gonna rent 1 story or 2, and then you're gonna hire a company to do a tenant fit out. And tenant fit out, they're going to demolish the entire floor for you with a new floor plan, with materials, and they're gonna build it the way you want it, but that's within the floor or within 2 floors if they want to open up 2 floors or 3. That's just for an owner fit out. Now, do they own the space? Yes. Do they own the building? No. You see the difference?
Okay.
Now, this could be also if they own or they rent. So if they own, that's their floor. But if they lease it, then they pay rent or they pay leased amount or rented space per square footage, but they still allowed to do tenant fit outs. Does that make sense? So owner's knowledge, experience, and availability may affect this level of participation in the project. Like we said, some owners like to be involved during design and constructions. Some others like to delegate. Okay. So in finishing a project, what are some of the owner's agendas and force requirements upon them?
Sure, things get done all the time.
Okay. Now, Antonio said things should be done on time.
Like deadlines met.
Okay, deadlines met. Why?
Like if you say you own a business and you want to open it up for like Labor Day weekend, you want your business being finished days prior to Labor Day because you don't want to miss Labor Day. Like say you or like
have a shopping store or something.
Yeah, or if like you have like a fireworks shop, you want it to be built and finished before 4th of July because if it's built after 4th of July, then that's pointless. You have to wait.
Okay, so what type of owner is that?